Jim Campbell here with the Lethbridge Rotary Club. The Los Amigo project happened in May. You guys went down to Mexico with 3 emergency vehicles and some computers and did a wonderful thing. I always like to follow up on how things went, so let's get the report back. How did it all go?
Well, we had some exciting times along the trip. It takes about 6 days to get to Mexico.
Right.
And one of the first things happened about 17 miles north of Great Falls. We had a breakdown that we needed some repair on one of the handy buses, one that we had bought from the city through surplus. And we had to get it towed into Great Falls and get it repaired. And then 2 of our drivers stayed behind overnight to get it finished, and they caught up with us in Fillmore, Utah after a 12-hour drive.
Wow.
So, and from then on, it was fairly straightforward for the trip. The vehicles were performing well. We got across the border into Mexico, and we had a little problem with the ambulance that we got from Tabor Municipal District. The emergency brake wasn't connected, and so the brakes went on and they were heating up, and we pulled off the highway and had a very nice gentleman from a gold mining company who was our senior mechanic fix us and put it
Wow.
back, fix it and put it back on the road.
It's like angels are watching you, right?
It seemed like it.
Yeah.
A number of people have said when you're doing good things happen.
That's great.
We then got into Mazatlan. It takes 6 days. It's about 3,700 kilometers to get there. And there we give the vehicles to the communities, and they take them out to prepare for the celebrations when we get out there. So we went out, and the first place we went to was, and I could get emotional on this one, was a place called Tapalpa, which is a high mountain town in the Sierra Madre Mountains. And we went there, we stayed in gorgeous hotels. This is a special historic community where there are no franchises or anything of that sort. And there's some beautiful, beautiful hotels there that the Rotary Club from Guadalajara paid for and took care of us and treated us well. But one of the stunning moments was when it started, the ceremony started, they started off with the Mexican national anthem, and then they played "O Canada." Well, all of us were in tears, and half the Mexican people were in tears. So it was a pretty emotional event, but it was really powerful. They really need the vehicles down there. We then went from Tapalpa to Jocotepec, and Jocotepec is near Guadalajara, but it's again on the edge of the mountains and has a lot of fires, especially at the springtime of year down there. And we wanted to see the fire truck that we had taken down last year. It was a 1979 International pumper truck. And we saw it, and the paint had been burnt off of it, and they'd sprayed it with primer, and the lights had melted, and that. And we found out that a fire had gotten out of control and gotten too close to the truck. But the only thing they could do was put primer on it because they needed to have it back on the road, and they were only allowed to have it for an hour for the show because they were fighting a fire at the time.
Wow.
So that was really great news.
Tell us about the young gal that you brought a computer to.
That was in Jocotepec. We've been working on this for a year. A lot of people made personal donations to cover the software for the computer. The Lethbridge Community Network donated the computer, a laptop for her with a carrying case, and then the Rotary Clubs purchased the software. Now this is special software for people who are visually impaired, and she has been blind since she was about 6 years old. She's now 14. And school was getting to be a real challenge for her because she didn't have anything that would either voice convert or print in Braille or anything of that sort. Well, we couldn't get the Braille printer this time, but we got software, and I actually tried the software out, and as your mouse moves around on the screen, it talks to you about where it is and what it's doing. Well, the lady who works with her in the school division just figured that this was going to take her all the way through university.
Nice.
And was going to change her life.
So the good feeling just went right through the whole trip.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
it did. We there weren't any real serious problems except a little heat prostration for a couple people because it was starting to get warm there. But altogether, we traveled about 5,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
And the communities are great. The last one we stopped at was Esquinapa. And Esquinapa received an ambulance, and it was the first ambulance they had in that community.
Wow.
And we had a great celebration. The Presidente of the municipality gave us a letter to present to Mayor Dodick here in Lethbridge to twin with Esquinapa and Lethbridge, and he's very supportive of that. So I'm to meet with him, and that'll be a great continuing relationship that we have with that community.
Great work that you guys do. Thanks for bringing us the report back. Thank you so much.
Well, it was a great trip. It was really exciting, and one of the drivers who was new, Bergamoan, she kind of summed it up. It's an experience of a lifetime.
Yeah, fantastic. Experience of a lifetime.